Well, good morning, Jagendra Rana here. The topic of our discussion today is for a continental shift. For a continental shift, India must address concerns over pesticide use and industrial emissions for a smooth rollout of FTA with EU. India's free trade agreement with EU is great news. Once the pact is implemented, hopefully early next year, both sides will benefit from lower prices, higher demand, and more jobs. So, together with another major trade deal that India signed with UK last year, this FTA lays the ground for not only the sustained export growth but also the employment of our highly skilled workers abroad. EU is India's biggest trade partner with the total bilateral trade of over $200 billion. In both goods and services, the balance of trade favors India. So the elimination of tariff on 98% of Indian products will only make them more competitive. The deal is good for Indian consumers also, as a gradual reduction or elimination of tariffs on European goods ranging from chocolates to cars will make them more affordable. The import duty on fully built cars will be slashed to 10% eventually. But all of this is subject to the FTA's ratification by EU's 27 member countries. That is the big if of the deal. So India signed the Comprehensive Economic and Trade Agreement with UK last July. But its rollout is still pending. So dealing with 27 governments will be trickier and require a sustained diplomatic push. Issues like India's continued purchase of Russian oil, for example, could pose a hurdle. And time is of the essence in trade deals, as the experience with Trump has shown. Last Feb, India and the US were discussing Mission 500, a plan to grow bilateral trade past $500 billion by 2030. Instead, India got saddled with the penal sanctions. Another Trump tantrum against EU could make some member countries go slow on the India deal. But it is also possible that the FTA speeds up America's own deal with India. Meanwhile, EU's hyper-regulatory policies are an obstacle for the FTA. For example, EU has refused to dilute its sanitary and phytosanitary rules on plant and animal health for India. It is also stood firm on carbon border adjustment mechanism that taxes goods like steel, cement and aluminum based on their carbon emissions. So these are non-tariff barriers that can be overcome only with the significant investments, driving up costs for Indian producers. But all of these are in the future. For now, a deal is on the table and getting it going should be the goal. So India must address concerns over pesticide use and industrial emissions for a smooth rollout of FTA with EU. Thank you very much.